So, the Dark Nation really thought they could pull that off, taking over my already claimed areas? In this episode of my Pokemon+Nobunaga's Ambition Let's Play, we're gonna show them what a dubious deal that really was, and why they should have just turned back before it was too late. But it is too late for them. I'm DeoGenZ, and I'm going head-on first into taking on this entire nation, which, if you look up at the top left corner there, is starting to look like a certain Pokemon. Who's that Pokemon? Alright, cover your ears if you don't want to know. It's Arceus! Or Arceus, whatever, you know, it's... As far as name pronunciations go, I don't really care anymore, almost. You know, I'm probably going to botch the Dark Nation ruler's name, because I'm not sure how to pronounce it. When it comes to Pokemon names, I thought it was Rayquaza. Okay, here's a perfect example. Then the Deoxys movie came out, and people are saying it Rayquaza. So, whatever. As long as it's in the ballpark of somewhat right, we'll see. So, Kotauru. What Pokemon do you have for us today? I'm gonna guess and say Zoroark. Just throwing it out there based on his costume. Yep, that's his main compadre. This should be a really good match. Let the battle begin! Okay, first up, what we want to do, as we do every map, is gain control. Some maps, of course, are easier to do it than others, and this is one of those maps. The reason being is we're separated here by 3 bodies of water. Thankfully, I've got 2 water Pokemon on my team today. Unintentionally, of course. But this narrow passageway here, these couple of narrow passageways, are the only entry, the only connectors onto the other side. The opponent won't stall ever, so that you can chalk off as a strategy immediately. They're not going to try and bait you to come over there and waste your turns, which really would make sense though from their perspective, because all they have to do, since you're an attacking nation and they're the defending, is simply hold on to their ground for however many turns. What is it? 1 something? Okay, I don't know how many turns we have left. But however many turns, it would make sense if they just went and stalled us. But since they are too stupid in the artificial intelligence here, we'll take advantage of that. Oh, pfft. Yeah, that attacks everybody but the Pokemon I'm trying to go for. The only problem with this method of entrapping your opponent in these columns here, and make sure you get a couple of members at each point, because otherwise they will come up from behind you and take you by surprise. The only problem with that, not effective, is that you really don't have that many options to attack sometimes based on who you're bringing along for your Bushao team. You see, Prinplup here, he wouldn't have been able to attack behind Ampharos. Ampharos works out, though, because he has a couple of space-reaching type of a move. He's got Thunder. And that, I think it's 3 spaces away the opponent has to be. And that's great for a battle like this. But another good reason to bring a water Pokemon around these parts is specifically because they lack a water type. It's interesting, they have plenty of dark types, it makes sense, sure, but why not a Carvanha? Why not a Sharpedo? You've got these bodies of water here that are kind of really a huge impediment to battle, but they don't even take advantage of them, really. Oh well. I guess I shouldn't be complaining that they make it easier. Oh, now this is an interesting element of this map. This is the random lottery prize box scoop 'em up, where one of your Pokemon, it's just a random selection, it could be yours, could be the opponent's, will be boxed by a purple present and then sent to another area on the map. Now, just because you're being boxed by a purple present does not necessarily mean you're going to the land of milk and honey, where there are numerous presents that you can sit on and keep for yourself. I say sit on because you really just have to stay on the square where the present is. This is going to be worth a little bit of damage towards Rhyperior. Oh wow, it just straight missed all around? Well, that did nothing. But if you bring water Pokemon back, or if you bring them along, going back to what I was saying before, then you can get the jump on them, you can stay farther away from them, make them waste turns, and pivot around these ponds. That Zurozukin is really going to destroy Celio if I let him. Because Celio is partially an ice type. I believe whatever he's doing, that jump maneuver, is a fighting type move. That doesn't mix too well. You got no game, Scraggy. You're just a scraggy little scrunt. Scrunt? Is that even a word? Huh. Sounds like it should be. A mix of scraggy and grunt. Scrunt. If you do happen to wander into that present room, don't make the mistake that I did first time coming to these parts and get very greedy. Don't do it. Not worth it. Because while you're wasting time picking up all the presents in that room, your opponent's busy mopping up the floor with your diminished team. Just happened to be Prinplup that time, thankfully, and not a more vital player like Ampharos here, who is really toeing the line and keeping this column protected. Not that there's a flag on the other side of it, but as far as coverage goes... Oh, this is a perfect attack. As far as coverage goes, you want to make sure that you're defended by your surroundings, which you are on two sides. Nice! Wow, Zoroark was not that hard to beat this time. I'm actually surprised. I guess all that training we've been doing has really paid off. But you want to make sure you get a good environmental advantage to your side. And that's what you have to do. As soon as you walk into another nation's area, you have to look at the terrain and say, well, I've got a team of this. Of these people, of these pokes, where would they best be? And I mean, really, yes, that's the entirety of the game, is deciding where your Pokemon would best be suited. But in situations like this, we make a mockery out of Kotaru's team, because he is really kind of helpless. He doesn't do much but wait for you to unblock the alleyways. I'm surprised that Zurozukin hasn't even come in on the other side, really. I would have expected it to. Oh, this should finish you off. Bye, Crocodile. Or, what is that? It's not a... you know, I don't know how to say the evolutionary chain of Sandile. I know it's Sandile. Is it Crocodile? And then Krukorukodile? I don't know. Comment below. While I say I don't care about the pronunciations, I am curious. And, you know, it's funny, now I don't watch anime at all anymore. The Pokemon anime. I should not say I don't watch anime at all. That's a complete false statement right there. I watch anime all the time, just not the Pokemon one. So I don't hear them say the words anymore. But after playing Wonders Beyond, I got a much better idea for how you pronounce their names. Like Reuniclus. I used to call him Ranunculus. It's kind of funny. You want to talk about a really weird mispronunciation of a Pokemon that almost everyone knows if you stuck around for the first gen, is Gyarados. I always thought it was something like Gyarados. You never know. Yeah, so this map is pretty straightforward. again, if you get swooped up by the present, you won't automatically go to the present room. But if you do, don't be captivated by the cavern of cool gems that you could be getting. I really don't know what's in there, if it's gems or if it's HP helping. Could be anything. We will find out within the coming weeks. Oh, it's crazy. Pokemon Conquest is coming out. Now, let me get this all correct here. Now here, if you happen to be lucky to get in a present room when you have main control of the map, then by all means, please, take some presents. But Black 2 and White 2, they're supposed to be coming out in Japan in June, correct? That's not going to be Japan and the US, right? It's never happened like that, so I don't know why I thought it would. I don't know, just double checking. I was just thinking about the LP upload schedule and what I'm going to do in terms of what channels, because now it's a bit of a, it's a bit of a heads or tails kind of thing when it comes to deciding what Pokemon content stays where. You know, if it's an LP, mainly it will be here. If it's anything else Pokemon, it'll go to Planet Poke, which is my partnership affiliate channel. But for a game like Black 2 and White 2, I'm going to leave it to my other co-creators there and just play that game here on my channel, one of the games here on my channel, mainly because repetition is really monotonous, and I love Pokemon. I do not want to get into a spiral of this becoming like a job. You know, yes, I do get some money here and there from AdSense thanks to the partnership, but it's not a career, it's not a 9-to-5 job, and I don't want it to become a chore as such. So I think I'll only play one of the versions, you know, because I already anticipate playing it when it comes out in the English version. Evolution! Yes! Empoleon! Oh, that is badass. Look at his stance. With his metal flipper pointed shing right at your throat. He's pointing towards Nobunaga. He's like, first, Kotauru. Next, Nobunaga. Or this Lapras guy, who, I don't even know who his name is. Well, I'll find out who Lapras guy is. We're not going to face him next episode. But what this means, since we've taken out the Dark Nation, is that the rest of the Ronsei region is revealed. And I guess it's not really a spoiler I said early. Look, it's the shape of an Arceus. See you next time, guys.